Well, this is quite exciting. What we have here is a brief demonstration of how to use introverbal.com, a project I've been working on for a few months at this point. The aim being to create a platform where teachers can create programmed instructional content for their students to use. And what I'm going to share here is I've asked my partner to make a study for me that I've never seen before so that I can demonstrate all the cool features, at least what I think is cool, that are built into introverbal.com. So let's gander into the world of the Harry Potter fandom and learn about something from that world. I have no idea what's inside of this, so let's get started. What I did here is this is a study, and I'm going to click study, and it's going to take me to a portion of the app which will basically function as a interactive book. It'll have text, videos, and a bunch of cards that you can answer questions on. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, I'm going to move to the side here just to show you that over here we have that same study. It has a, oh, we're going to learn about charms? Cool, okay. What we have here is a overview. Oh, my shoulder's in the way. Of all the content that's, well, there's a lot of content that we're going to learn about charms. But before we can look at that content, we see that the study is in a mode called Adept, which requires us to complete sprints. And I'll talk a little bit more about sprints in a second. Essentially, they are a fluency trial. And here we have a baseline sprint, which is going to present all the different questions that are presented in the study for about 3 minutes, just to see how much I know. It's not going to provide me with any feedback. Move to the side. Which family is closely tied to wand making? I don't know. This one is, so you'll notice there that the card didn't provide me with any feedback about whether I got that right or wrong. It's truly trying to probe my knowledge. The International Statute of Sorcery was officially established in all governments in 1985 would be my random guess for that. Okay, I said it was the Ollivanders, so I guess I'll just continue with that. The Ollivander family has been making wands since, wow, that's a long time. I don't know, 500 BCE. What is the correct wand movement for performing the wand-extinguishing charm? A flick of the wrist? I don't know. Categorize. Dragon heartstrings. Oh, I'm going to move to the side. Dragon heartstrings, unicorn, tail hair, crystals, hippogriff feathers. What are the categories? What is that? Foki? I don't know how to pronounce that. Or wand core. Oh, okay. So it's either like the middle of the wand, or it's, I guess the Foki is like the tip, maybe. Okay, dragon heartstrings. That's gonna be the core. The hair is a core. A crystal. Would they have wands with crystal tips? I don't know. I guess we're gonna learn. Okay, let's keep my answer consistent. Okay. We're going to continue with this. Is she playing over there? Oh, okay. My dog is playing on the side of my desk here. Okay. Metal rods. Yeah, I think that'd be a core. What is the correct wand movement for performing wand-extinguishing charms? Oh, I said it was flick of the wrist, and it still showed up here. So one thing to note is that every time a response card, or what I'm calling an introverbal, is presented to the student, you're going to have likely a slightly different question presented, as you can define different questions for the set of stimuli that are presented with the card, and slightly different foils, and sometimes even perhaps like slightly different versions of the correct response, so that each time you encounter the introverbal, it's going to be a different, you'll notice that compared to last time, this is a different array. I think I selected flick the wrist, so we'll go with that. I've only got 8 seconds. Okay, can I complete this? Okay. Okay, let's see how I did. Oh, okay, I'm getting something right. Okay, I got something right. I don't know what, but I'm also getting a lot wrong. This is a log graph, so I've created this so that if you're not used to log graphs, you can flick it to equal interval and it'll flick it over. We can also see my cumulative responding. Okay, there's one question I'm getting right. Maybe it's the flick of the wrist one? I don't know. Okay, but anyways, over here you'll see now that I completed the baseline, I can hop into the charms teaching. Hold on, can I move more to the side? This is all the content that's inside this teaching. So let's open the chapter and see what's inside. Now, when you're reading content on introverbal.com, you can select a setting where observational responding is required, which means that the student needs to either click on text or scroll with their mouse over top of the text. They need to complete videos in order. And they have to complete all the content in whatever order it's presented in order. So you'll notice here, I'm pretty sure this is a block of text, but you'll see it says first complete the above content before proceeding. I can't click on it. I can't scroll over it. It won't open up until I've consumed it in order. This is a video here. It has a description. I have no idea what it is. I guess we'll find out in a second. And I have some text here about the introduction to Charms. So let's read on. Charms is a core class and subject taught at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Okay. So we're gonna watch a brief example of a class from Hogwarts about charms, and you'll note here that I can't skip the content. I can't skip ahead on the timeline of the video. I have to watch it in order. I'll likely, for the purposes of this demo, just skip ahead to the end of this video, but we'll watch the first few seconds.
One of the wizard's most rudimentary skills is levitation, or the ability to make objects fly. Do you all have your feathers? Good. Now, don't forget the nice wrist movement we've been practicing. The swish and flick. Everyone? The swish and flick.
Oh, it's swish and flick.
Good. Oh, and enunciate. Wingardium Leviosa. Off you go then.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Stop. You're going to take someone's eye out. Besides, you're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
You do it then if you're so clever.
Go on.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, well done! See here, everyone. Miss Granger's done it. Splendid.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Well done, dear.
I think we're going to need another feather over here, Professor.
I'm gonna pause it here just to show that even though there's 3 seconds left, I still can't really see the text below. I can rewind if I wanted to rewatch some of that. I can either go back 10 seconds or go to the beginning. For videos that are over 30 seconds, the platform saves where you, I believe, every quarter of the video, if I recall correctly. So if I were to refresh the page by accident, it'll pop back to the beginning of the last third, or last quarter. Yeah. Okay, that's done, which means I should be able to now read this text. I'm going to move to the side here, so let's read along. Think of charms as an introduction to spellcasting in general. Even the most accomplished witches and wizards had to start somewhere. In first year, we cover the basic spellcasting including the importance of pronouncing a spell correctly and practicing wand movements. I'm scrolling with my mouse over top of this, but I can also click to reveal the next 50 characters or go to the end of the current line, as well as casting basic charms. We will touch on the basics of wandalore and what wands are made of, oh cool, and why it is important to properly care for them. We will also discuss various components that may be required to successfully cast Certain spells. Oh, I'm gonna be a wizard after this. Okay, so you'll see now this specific sprint here. So sprints are a means of testing competency within a intraverbal teaching. Essentially, it's going to look like the baseline sprint, except it's only going to present the questions that are within the specific module. So for the History of Wands module, this sprint would only present what is inside of that module. It's locked. I have to complete the actual content first before I can open this. So let's get to the content. Oh man, got my work cut out for me. Okay. I think I might just post this all. I think this is good stuff. The first instances of dedicated wand making lies within the history of the Ollivander family. I got that one! Okay, the Ollivanders have been making wands since... Oh, I did not get that. 1382 BCE. Oh, yeah, 382. Though there were wands of various designs long before this, Ollivanders were the most prominent and longest existing British wand makers. Okay. Beginning in 1000 CE. Did I get that right? I didn't? Okay. The wizarding world began separating from Muggles, and for approximately 400 years was ruled by the Council of Warlocks. In 1400 CE, the magical governments began to establish themselves based on ethnic and cultural values, as well as location. We see this today with the separate European ministries of magic. Despite government rule, witches and wizards, though more prominently witches, were prosecuted in the 1600s by non-magical users. This even eventually resulted in the introduction of the International Statute of Secrecy in 1689, which completed the separation of magical and non-magical worlds. Though signed in 1689, it took a further 3 years before it was officially established in all international governments. So cool. I had no idea that was a thing. That's so cool. Which family? We know it's the Ollivanders. Yeah. I'm going to show you getting this wrong, though, just to demonstrate that the functionality that's built into an intraverbal question. So you'll see here, if I get it wrong, it's going to start providing hints. So hint, read this question carefully. Okay, I'll try that. Which family is closely related to wand making? All right, it's the Ollivanders. Now, you'll see here, it doesn't open up the next intraverbal until I actually complete the question completely accurately. So I got to retry. It's going to re-present the array. Okay, the Ollivanders. Boom. Next one opens. Magical governments began forming in... I got a peek. 1689? Think about the prominent years in history. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's try 1000. Oh, it's giving me hints now because I've gotten it wrong a couple times. So 1400. Okay, now I know. 1400. All right, let's read on. Oops, my head's in the way. Crystals, metal rods, and hippogriff feathers are all examples of focusing items that predate the modern wand. Eventually, the need for a more powerful focusing item was needed, which led to the creation of the wands we know and use today. With the original wands, there was always a worry that they would explode or fail during a critical moment. Developments and improvements in the study and construction of wands has eliminated this worry. Cool. Wands are wooden shafts containing cores of powerful magical creatures? Really? Common wands cores in the United Kingdom and Ireland have phoenix... Oh, of course. Okay, yeah. Dragon heartstrings and unicorn tail feathers. Okay, so the cores are like part, I guess part animal, like something that the animal may shed or something to that effect. Modern wands are very advanced and allow users to focus and channel their power to achieve a desired result. All right, so phoenix feathers are... Oops. Phoenix feathers are a Folky. No, they're a wand core. Okay. Metal rods are a folky. Yes. Dragon heartstrings are a... They're an animal, so wand core. Okay. Crystals are a folky. Alright. Oh, I got it wrong. I got that first one wrong, so I gotta retry it. Okay. Unicorn, tail hair, wand core. Hippogriff feather. Oh, that's the one that's a folky. Okay. Right, 'cause it says up here that is an example. Okay, metal rod, folky, dragon heartstring is a wand core. Booyah. Okay, so now that I've completed the content for that, the history of wands, I can now move on to the sprint here. And this is a sprint in a row, which just means I need to get a certain amount right before I move along. It says here you need 5 questions answered correctly in a row to pass the sprint. All right, so let's get started. Okay, Ollivander family has been making wands since, is this 1000? No, it's 682, 368, 386, 382. Okay, family 382. 382. Okay. Yeah, we know it's the Ollivanders. Metal rods are folky. Unicorn tail core, Phoenix feather core, folky. This is Ollivanders. Oh, I'm gonna get a year question. I'm gonna get it wrong. I need to study the year question again. Metal rods, folky. Oh, I know this. 382. Okay. Passed, only got one wrong. It's going to show up again, though, because we have down here, oops, down here there's going to eventually be a, I can't lower my shoulder anymore. Maybe I'll just go off this way. There should be a chapter sprint at the end. Yep. Chapter sprint, there it is, which is going to mix up all of the modules into one. So I should probably go back and just quickly, here it is. Statute of Secrecy was 1682. 1689. Oh, 1400? 1600? 1692. Oh, it's 3 years later. Oh, that is a tricky one. 1692. Okay, 1692. This is 1000. Oops. 1400. Okay. They began forming in 1400. 1400. Okay. 1692. 1400. 1692. 1400. There's that other one though. It's yes, this is 380. Yes, okay, 382. All right, let's move along. Yeah. Oh, did it slip? Thank you. All right, with that out of the way, that extra practice, let's move on to wand lightning charm. Lighting charm, okay. The wand lighting charm is a useful little spell that allows you to illuminate the tip of your wand. It mimics the purpose of what Muggle call a torch or flashlight. The magical community uses this spell for various purposes, including casting votes. Really? Oh, I guess they would. They would all just like hold it up. Okay, repelling malevolent spirits. Malevolent. I thought I got that right. Malevolent spirits, or simply just for fun. Sounds fun. It is is such a common and simple spell, it makes for excellent spellcasting practice. Okay? Incantation. Lumos. 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 Wand movement. Single clockwise loop. Counterclockwise. Counterclockwise. Careful. Willpower for this spell will determine the color of the light produced. Too much mental push and the tip will turn red. Too little and it will be white. Oh, interesting. A powerful cast wand lighting charm will be a yellow light. The magic used for the wand lighting charm does not need to be consciously maintained. However, should you drop your wand while the charm is still in effect, the light will be extinguished. Okay, let's read this here. What is the correct wand movement? It's counterclockwise. Single counterclockwise. Okay. Single counterclockwise. I think I got it. Let's do a sprint. Pretty sure this is just going to be the same question because there's only one. Single clockwise. Oh, I can't believe I got that wrong. Single counterclockwise. Single counterclockwise. Here I go. So when you're writing multiple choice questions, you can actually include foils can be defined, but also a specific distractor. If you find your student needs to learn that there's a difference between what you're expecting them to respond to and what they are expected to not respond to, essentially establishing an SD or an S delta. So the single counterclockwise or single clockwise is actually a very clever distractor. Okay, I know that's single counterclockwise. Booyah! I did it. Okay, next up we have the wand extinguishing charm. Here we go. The wand extinguishing charm has a single purpose, which is to counter the wand lighting charm. Oh, so you could make light on your wand and then like extinguish someone else's wand. I guess that makes for some good practical jokes. It is a personal charm, meaning it is only work on the wand that the caster is holding. Oh, okay, so you could. You couldn't pull a practical joke with this. Okay, should it be lit? This charm is quickly cast and has an immediate effect. Okay, incantation, Nox. Nox. Okay, wand movement, flick of the wand. What is the correct wand movement for the wand extinguishing charm? Flick of the wand. Okay, not the flick of the wrist. Oh, okay, I saw this question. Not the flick of the wrist. Flick of the wand. Okay, flick of the wand. Okay. Oh, I'm at 75%. I'm almost done here, which is great. Okay, next up we have a sprint. I'm gonna practice this. Flick of the wand. Flick of the wand. Okay, just 2 more times. Wand extinguishing charm. Flick of the wand. Flick of the wand. I did it. Wonder how fast that was. I was responding with 444 words correct per minute. So what the sprint component will do is it will measure the onset of your sprint and your offset and then calculate the number of words within each question, including the distractors that were present for right and wrong responses. And then it will add that all together, divide by the interval, and return to you a response per minute. All right, before I do, the last one is the chapter sprint. This is for all the marbles. And after that, I will be able to get a certificate from introverbal.com verifying that I've completed this with adept mode. But before I do, I need to practice those years again because I know I'm going to get that wrong. Okay, the Ollivander family made wands in 382. Okay. 382. Okay. The International Statute of Secrecy. This is 1692. Okay, 8292. Got it. 382. This is 1400. Okay, I got it. I think I'm ready for the final sprint. It's a chapter sprint, which means that all of the modules that were included within this chapter are going to be presented. Sorry for the little bit of a glitch on this side. I think my green screen is just off by a little bit because I moved my chair. But it's going to have all the questions from all the previous modules all mixed up in random rotation. So let's get to it. Okay, the correct wand movement for performing the wand lighting charm. Wand lighting, that is single counterclockwise. 382. Oh, the Ollivanders. Wand extinguishing, flick of the wand. Wand lighting, single counterclock loop. Yes, I did it. Awesome. Okay, so now that I've completed this sprint, I've now because that was all the content that was in this little study here. I've completed. There's only one chapter. As you can see, there's a baseline and a chapter. I can now click on Get Certificate, and it is going to prepare for me a little certificate verifying that I've completed the study with these settings, with the study mode set to Adept. There are 4 different default study modes. They are preset study modes you can choose from. You can also create your own custom study mode. I'll show that in a second. But I've got no certificates in here, so let's generate a new one. And it is going to provide me with a really nice certificate. I can print it to a PDF. The abbreviated version just doesn't have your data, which I'll show at the bottom here. And it's going to tell me that I completed the first year's studies on Adept mode. It's going to show all my study settings. Actually, this is great because these are all the settings that any student can set on the website. So when you add a study to your library, you can customize the mode, which will have different preset configurations, or you can customize all these features like what are you required to click on each piece of text to reveal it? Do you need to click on links to proceed? Do you need to watch videos fully? You can also set the sprint mode. So I showed you the sprint in a row mode, but there's also a rate mode where it's similar to the baseline that I demonstrated, where you have 3 minutes to respond as quickly as you can. And when it's not set to a baseline mode, it will require you to provide feedback, or the interval will provide you with feedback as you respond. And you can configure, I can't set it here because it is, I can't edit it because this is just the certificate. But if you set it to rate, you can then adjust how long the sprint is, how many correct responses you need to pass the sprint, also the incorrect response criterion. And you can also turn on and off sprint gates. So if you only wanted to do sprints at the end of each module and chapter, you can turn off the cumulative sprint. So if you had multiple chapters in a teaching, at the end of each chapter, it will do a cumulative sprint where all the previous chapters are kind of lumped up together and present all the questions from there. And then it shows me a breakdown of my responding for each sprint. Yeah, so that's introverbal.com and a little bit about some of the functionality from the user's perspective of what it's like to add a study to your study library and what you would need to do to complete that study. I'm looking to publish another video soon on the teacher's experience of how you would go about creating a study on introverbal.com. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I plan to show you more functionality soon. Thanks for watching.